Welcome back. We are closely monitoring Tropical Storm Hermine, which is already bringing a lot of rain and heavy downpours to the Suncoast. ABC 7 Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now with the latest on the storm and its impact here on the Suncoast. Bob?
Scott, we've already had up to 10 inches of rainfall in some areas in Manatee County and Pinellas County as well. And that is the most excessive rainfall I've ever seen in the 30 years that I've done weather down here in Manatee County. Now, we had quite a bit of rainfall, obviously a little bit more than that back in 1992 in Sarasota County when we had a deluge of up to 18 inches of rainfall. But this may be on the border of doing that. Here's what's going on. We have the system well to the southwest of us, but it's sending these little pieces of energy spinning and rotating around them right in our general direction. And you can see there's one that has moved through now, but there's another one that's really starting to darken right there about 60 miles west of the Suncoast, which is pinwheeling in our general direction. And then beyond that, there's another one that has developed about 150 to 200 miles. There it is right there, which will also kind of rotate in our general direction. Not to say that it will move in, but it's going to get close to us, I think, late tonight, tomorrow morning. The top winds are at 45 miles an hour. It's moving to the north-northeast at 7, and the pressure really hasn't fallen much. That's a good sign. It's expected to make landfall sometime late Thursday night, Friday morning in the Big Bend area of Florida. They'll get some very strong winds there up to tropical storm force in the Big Bend area near Tallahassee, and tropical storm watch in effect north of that. For us, that heavy rainfall continues to develop in the Gulf of Mexico. You can see it. It lines up for over 150 miles southwest of Venice and Manatee County, where, as we said, we've already seen up to 7 inches of rain at Anna Maria Island, and you can see that rain not all that intense near Venice. A lightning strike just occurred there, a blue strike indicating that it was a positive strike, a little bit more energy. Some lighter showers in downtown Sarasota, but more developing. A new advisory has just been issued too for coastal communities from just north of Inglewood all the way up through Anna Maria. That is a flood advisory in effect until 8:15. Driving not advised throughout that region. Scott, back to you.
Okay, Bob, thank you. Both Sarasota and Manatee County emergency management officials are distributing sandbags again today. County officials say placing the sandbags strategically around your home can prevent some minor flooding and can help divert the flow of water. Now, here are the 5 locations in Manatee County to pick up these sandbags. They include Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton, and Palmetto. These locations will be open until 6 o'clock tonight, so you still have a little bit of time. In Sarasota County, sandbags will be available at Newtown Estates Park, Twin Lakes Park, and the South County Fleet Facility in Venice, also until 6 o'clock tonight. Sarasota County will be distributing those bags again tomorrow from 9 until 6 throughout the day. Lots of streets across the Suncoast already underwater. The Holmes Beach Police Department posting this video reminding drivers to be extra cautious. Look at that road. If you are not sure how deep the water is, turn around. Holmes Beach Police are also telling people to avoid the 5100 block of Gulf Drive as well. Some people who live on Holmes Beach and Anna Maria Island are also rushing to protect their homes from flooding. Residents are packing sandbags in hopes of redirecting the water there. Some areas are already flooded. In one area, it's so bad a manhole cover came off, forcing raw sewage into the flooded roadways. Officials are urging everyone on barrier islands to be extra cautious.
Got to be cautious. You got to use your head, and if you don't have a reason to drive, don't drive. And because of the manhole covers that are popping up, that could mean that there might be some raw sewage floating in the water, so don't go walking around in the deep water if you don't have to.
City of Holmes Beach is still providing sand for those who need it. So far, the storm mostly impacting Manatee County with some streets underwater there. No serious issues so far in Sarasota County. In South County, some roads in Northport were closed briefly, and in Venice, the South Jetties are closed. And that's where we find ABC 7's Christopher Bradley tonight. Christopher, how's it looking out there at this hour?
Well, Scott, the weather down here has rapidly deteriorated throughout the day. Earlier this afternoon, we were out here and there was some light rain and some choppy waters, but nothing like what we're seeing right now. The waves calming down just a hair, but just about 5 minutes ago, they were crashing completely over the rocks and almost to where we are standing. Just to my left is the parking lot at the jetties. It is almost completely underwater, and it's that sort of flooding that is concerning some city leaders down in Northport. Matthew Dalton has lived in Northport since the early 90s. He's no stranger to storms and flooded roads.
I can tell you that this creek right here is a lot higher than what it usually is.
One reason it's higher than normal, public works officials have been releasing water from canals to flow downstream. It's all a part of a complex system of dams that open and close.
We've pretty much got all of our gated structures pretty much wide open to make sure that our water flows properly to the south.
This video of one of those dams was shot several months ago on a clear day. Today, that very same dam is nearly overflowing.
For the past 2 weeks, because we've been experiencing so much rain, we've actually been lowering the levels in the canals to prepare for this.
But it's not just flooding. Dalton fears high winds.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees in Northport, and that's one thing you have to be concerned about, and buckling down all your stuff in the backyard.
Emergency Operations Manager Richard Berman says Northport's EOC is not activated, but they are monitoring the weather closely.
If anything does develop, we will rapidly mobilize to ensure the protection of our residents.
As for Venice, flooding is also a concern, but the fire chief tells us it's the people who want to go surfing in the storm that bothers him.
We definitely recommend that they stay away. It's a safety factor for themselves with the fast-moving water. We worry about issues of them getting slammed into the rocks.
And as the weather kicks up right here, the fire chief of Venice told us earlier that one of the big concerns when those surfers go into the water is if something happens to them, it'd be very difficult for emergency responders to enter the water. Right now, I was counting, I could see about 5 surfers in the water on the north side of the jetty. The fire chief asking people to please stay out of the water. The jetties, we're told, are going to remain closed until this storm has passed. Scott, back to you.
All right, Chris, stay dry down there in Venice. Because of all the weather, all Manatee County schools and school district offices will be closed tomorrow. All extracurricular activities have also been canceled for this evening. That means no sports practices. The school district is alerting parents about the closures through electronic phone message system, social media pages, and a mobile app. All Manatee schools are scheduled to be open again on Friday. Now, at this time, both Sarasota and Charlotte counties do not plan to close schools tomorrow, so they will be open. The sand renourishment project off Longboat Key has stopped because of the stormy weather. The dredging chip was moved to Tampa Bay Harbor for safekeeping until the severe weather passes. Equipment still on the beach will be guarded until the dredge returns. While town officials expect the work to continue before the weekend, the weather is causing the completion date to be pushed back a little bit. The 4-week project was supposed to wrap up on September 15th. It will now depend on how soon work can continue once the storm passes. And remember, you can keep track of all the latest developments on the weather 24 hours a day on our website, mysuncoast.com. You can also download our app and monitor our Facebook and Twitter pages. We have all sorts of information related to the storm, including closures across the area, and there are quite a few, so check it out. Turning now to other top stories, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office, along with the Department of Children and Families, is investigating an incident at a Bradenton daycare after a young boy was apparently bitten several times. The daycare is Jay's Bright Learners off of State Road 70. The supervisor told deputies the boy was bitten by another child. The mom posting these photos on Facebook of several bite marks on the toddler's face and body. The toddler was treated at Manatee Memorial Hospital and released. The daycare faces now charges of child abuse without great bodily harm. We talked to the daycare owner, but she declined to comment. A Suncoast woman is charged with stealing $85,000 from a local Girl Scout organization. Sheriff's Office launching an investigation in May after the CEO of Gulf Coast Girl Scouts reported more than $75,000 was missing from their account. Stephanie Person was immediately identified as a possible suspect since she managed 500 individual troops as member services coordinator. The investigation revealed Person used an inactive troop account to transfer money to herself. Person is now charged with grand theft and scheme to defraud. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the best way to protect you and your family from the flu. Whether you should consider the spray or the shot or neither. How well they work coming up.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. Replacing your windows will not just beautify your home, but save you big bucks on your energy bills. I've done the research. I've seen the factory. New South Window is my hands-down choice.
New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Come uncork your inner artist at Painting with a Twist. Bring your favorite bottle of wine and appetizers and enjoy an evening out with friends to celebrate any special occasion. It's perfect for a girls' night out, birthday parties, or a fun date night. Painting with a Twist offers 2 or 3 hour classes that are instructed by local artists, and there is no experience required. We now have 2 convenient locations in Sarasota and Bradenton. Visit our website to view our calendar and schedule your next party today.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? Hi, I'm George Foreman. People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
InventHelp has been helping inventors for more than 30 years and has sales offices nationwide. InventHelp can provide patent referrals and submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas. If you have an idea and want to try to patent it and submit it to companies, you should call InventHelp today for free information.
Listen, I can't guarantee a company will be interested in your idea, but I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-890-1946. That's 1-800-890-1946.
The preferred method of flu protection for kids and needle-phobic adults is not working, according to the CDC. ABC 7's Alex Redmond explains why protecting yourself from the flu this year will be a little more painful. Alex?
Thanks, Scott. A wide range of flu vaccines are available each season. One is commonly known as the Flu Mist, popular because it doesn't require a stick with a needle. But that doesn't matter if it doesn't work.
Latoya Lathan says protecting her kids from the flu is a priority.
We do get the flu shot. I get it especially for my kids because I have one that has bronchitis. I have one that has asthma.
They were getting the injection before, says Lathan.
We changed pediatricians. They started getting the nasal mist, which is really good because you have some kids that are afraid of needles.
Protection from the flu doesn't just come in the form of an injection. It also comes in the form of a nasal mist. But this year,
the CDC is recommending that people have their vaccination delivered via a shot. They don't recommend it to be given as a mist because they're finding the mist is just simply not working.
Data from flu seasons 2013 through 2016 finds the nasal spray or live attenuated influenza vaccine estimated to be only 3% effective for ages 2 to 17 against any flu strain, which is barely protective. The CDC's Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices voted the spray should not be used during this flu season. The low effectiveness appears to be the vaccine's inability to specifically protect against the H1N1 strains.
And quite frankly, it's just an educated guess from the CDC which virus is going to hit every year.
However, flu shots during this time are found to be more than 60% effective in the same age group against any flu strain.
They recommended a shot when I came in, so I just did the shot.
Jerry Fowler says he did protect himself last year.
I didn't get one this year because I felt pretty good.
Prevalent viruses change annually, Dr. Aristo Munoz says. People should get the flu vaccine every year.
Especially if you have problems with respiratory disease or you're going to be around young children, getting older in age, immunocompromised. It's always a good idea to get vaccinated.
The CDC recommends everyone 6 months or older be vaccinated annually by October. For the 2016-2017 flu season, patients who prefer nasal delivery of their flu vaccine may have to resort to just rolling up their sleeves. Back to you, Scott.
All right, thank you, Alex. Let's get back now to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for another look at our stormy weather today.
Yeah, to say the least, Scott. And we've had up to 10 inches estimated rainfall totals now in near Anna Maria Island, also near Pinellas County. All this associated, again, with this tremendous storm system that is now developing out in the Gulf of Mexico. And right now, my computer having a little issue as far as advancing. I think, well, hold on a second. Let's see if we can get it going. I see that the other one is moving at this point, and now it should be working at this point. Well, we'll go to our webcam. Let's go to our webcam right now and see what's going on with that currently. As far as that goes, the webcam showing basically a lot of cloudiness out there and rain in sight. And it looks as though we will continue to see that moving on in over the course of the upcoming, it looks like 24 hours for that matter. And that will be a result of this system continuing to send energy our way. Now we got the system working. Took a little break right there. Lots of activity going on. But Anna Maria already up to 7 inches of rain officially at the Ed Goff weather station there in the north end of Anna Maria. As far as the rainfall goes, well, it continues to stack up on a convergence line, if you will, coming out of the system in the Gulf of Mexico, feeding in our general direction. And you can see it's really starting to gain some strength, too, as it approaches Manatee and Sarasota counties at this hour. We've already had one very significant round of heavy rainfall move through. More showers and storms developing near Christopher, where he was reporting. There's some lightning strikes down there. And we have a heavier shower activity. Looks like it's going to clip Anna Maria Island here. This one in particular will produce possibly up to another ½ inch to an inch of rainfall in just a short period of time. So the flooding already taking place. There are flood advisories in effect for all of Anna Maria, Longboat Key, Siesta Key, and Lido, all the way down to near Inglewood. Driving is not advisable. And you can see it sets up all the way down into Cuba, for that matter. Key West also getting some of that rainfall. And it's just one of those bands that kind of wraps its way around the center of low pressure in the Gulf of Mexico. Up to 12 inches already just offshore of Pinellas County. South Pinellas County has had 10 inches of rainfall. Although this is an estimate, this really should be changed down up to 7.5 inches. Also 5.8 in the south end of Anna Maria Island. Lesser amounts, but these are increasing every hour now into South Sarasota County as a result of more moisture moving on in. Well, the actual tropical satellite imagery not showing a very well organized system. It's kind of split up with two distinct areas of heavy rainfall there around the center. But it is gathering some strength on the western edge. You're starting to see some banding features take place, and the reconnaissance aircraft indicating the winds are up now to 45 miles an hour. It's expected to strengthen somewhat as it moves off to the north tonight and then to the northeast tomorrow. It could have winds up to 70 miles an hour. There's even an outside chance it could become a hurricane before it makes landfall right there near Apalachicola. Tropical storm warning in effect for Pasco County northward. We're not anticipating tropical storm force winds here. The bulk of those winds will stay well to the north and east of us as they make their way through Tallahassee on into Thursday and Friday and eventually through Jacksonville. Jacksonville could see some stronger winds and a lot of power outages in this particular area. We are anticipating some stronger winds, though, as these cells move on. And with the ground so saturated, the root structure of some of the trees, like the Australian pines, may come down fairly easy, like we saw earlier in some of the video. We showed a couple of pictures of that. The wave heights are also increasing. These wave heights now up to about 10 feet to 14 feet offshore, 7 feet right near us. So keep that in mind. And I know a lot of surfers are out there. We heard that earlier. Not the best idea as a result of the strong rip currents that will develop. Rough conditions for boaters out there. Small craft advisory stays with us. Water temperature still warm throughout the Gulf, 83 degrees despite the rain. And the next high tide will be at 1:34. And another high tide tomorrow will be crucial at 1:03 in the afternoon. Occasional showers, some thunderstorms through the overnight. South winds 10 to 20 tomorrow. Flooding rains continue. It will be windy. We'll have strong storms occasionally, 87 for your high. South winds 15 to 20, gusts as high as 30. And then we'll have some trailing moisture left behind on Friday, so the rain chance staying high. We'll eventually get back to the afternoon and evening variety of storms as we push into Labor Day weekend. Scott?
Okay, Bob, thank you. Let's get the Suncoast traffic watch. Right now, there's a crash on I-75 in the southbound lanes between 301 exit and State Road 64 in Manatee County. You can see that's slowing down traffic a lot there. Also flooding at 41 and Bay Boulevard in Sarasota. I-75 in other areas moving slowly. Also 301 in downtown Sarasota, right just north of Fruitville. Some flooding issues there as well, which is pretty typical in that area. It does eventually, though, clear out if the rain will stop for a little while. Well, Siesta Beach makes another top beach list. Visit Sarasota County announcing Siesta Beach made the Culture Trips list of top 10 beaches in America. The article touts Siesta's 8 miles of sandy quartz beaches and bright Gulf waters. 2 other beaches in Florida made the list: Caladesi Island State Park in Dunedin and Pensacola Beach as well. That right there is a better looking beach day than we had today, wasn't it? All right, entertainment news is next. Stay with us.
Game on, Suncoast. Get scores and highlights from the area's top high school matchups on Football Friday night, just after the news at 11:15. Sponsored by Gulf Coast Honda. Temperatures are rising, and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Get the all-new Chrysler Pacifica for just $26,999 and get an additional $1,000 off with a trade-in. Hurry! Time is running out to get the new Dodge Journey for just $15,999. And right now, get up to $10,000 off a new Ram Crew Cab. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
We've already had our first look at Rogue One's story, but now it's time for a peek at something more important. It's toys. Lucasfilm showing off a selection of Star Wars spin-offs tie-in merchandise in a short YouTube video. The clip was written and produced by Star Wars fans using Rogue One toys and features action figure-sized Rebel agents, bobblehead stormtroopers, and a partially built Lego Death Star. I think they'll sell just a few of those, don't you think? We'll be right back with more news and weather. Stay with us.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Civic for $174 and no down payment, just $174. Get great clearance deals now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you are an ovarian cancer victim or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now.
People ask me all the time, George, what do I do with my idea for a new product? I tell them, Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp has been providing patent referrals, preparing ideas, and submitting to companies for more than 30 years.
I believe every inventor deserves the opportunity to step into the ring and take their best shot. Put InventHelp in your corner.
For your free inventors information, call 1-800-881-6805.